So, are you okay with me ruling you? Are you okay with me issuing you commands and expecting you to obey me? Are you okay with me reserving for myself the moral right to rule you and assuming that you have the moral obligation to obey everything I command? And if you don't obey everything I command, then me and my buddies reserve for ourselves the right to punish you. Are you guys okay with that? Apparently, a whole lot of people are okay with that because that's what elections are every single year. These people, Elizabeth Warren, Kamala Harris, Cory Booker, Donald Trump, Hillary Clinton, Bill Clinton, Ronald Reagan, Richard Nixon, Gerald Ford, they all get on the stage and basically they're saying, I want to be the leader of the free world. I want to be the commander in chief of the armed forces. I want to sit in the driver's seat. I want to be the controller of America. And people are okay with that. They're actually voting for somebody to rule them. So you must be okay with me wanting to rule you. Me and my buddies want to rule you. So if you come to my neighborhood, it's okay for me to rule you, right? I claim a higher authority over your life and your property and your family's life and property than you. Are you okay with that? Think about how insane you would view me, just a regular guy. I don't have any fancy title in front of my name. I don't have a plaque outside my door. Heck, I only have a door to my house. I don't have a door to an office where I can issue commands and decrees and write laws and expect you to obey them. And if you don't obey, then I'll send my enforcers out to do you harm because you didn't obey my commands. You shall not drink alcohol. You shall not sell alcohol. You shall not grow certain plants in your front yard. You shall not sell and distribute those plants. You shall submit to my rule at every airport and have my blue-shirted TSA agents pat you down and subject you to radiation and molestation practices. You shall submit to my rule. Obviously, you're okay with people ruling you. Anybody who's watching this video, you must be okay with people ruling you and taking a large percentage of which you go to work to earn every single day. So you must be okay with me ruling you. I mean, hell, you wanted Bill Clinton to rule over you. You wanted Hillary Clinton to rule over you. You want Donald Trump to rule over you. You don't want to take See, the problem with this life is people do not want to take responsibility for their own lives and actions. So we get in the back seat and we put somebody else in the driver's seat of our car. Here, take the keys. Take the keys to my car. Take the keys to my house. Here, have all the freedoms of my family. And we let go of these little freedoms thinking we're in control. And then we stand behind this consent of the governed. Consent of the governed. Think about that. If you're governed, then you're being controlled. If you're being controlled against your will and there's nothing you can do about it, then you're a slave. So that equals consent of the governed means consent of the slaves. Guess what? Slaves don't consent. That's why they're slaves. Nobody in their right mind would consent to their own slavery. Here, take the keys to my soul. Take the keys to my family's soul. Take the keys to my life and just rule me, govern me, make commands. I'll obey them because I don't want to get punished by you. It's literal insanity, guys. That's why I use that Larkin Rose quote. Politics is the clever and deceptive art, mind you, of using euphemisms, lies, emotionalism, and fear-mongering in order to dupe average people into consenting to and even demanding the chains of their own enslavement. You would think me an absolute insane person ready for the funny farm in a padded cell and a straitjacket if I told you that not only are you going to consent to my rule, but you have every moral obligation to obey my rule, or I am going to send my enforcers to your house and I am going to make you submit. If you don't submit, I'm going to throw your ass into a cage. And if you continue to resist, then I will have my enforcers take lethal action. So you're okay with me ruling you, right? Because you're okay with everybody else ruling you. And you have to understand, guys, I'm not talking to the majority of my audience. Please share this video with everybody you know, because I want people to get it through their thick skulls that we have been fed a lie with our 15,000-hour indoctrination program called the public school system. This government indoctrination program is really what it is. We've been programmed, literally programmed to just obey our masters. It's okay to be a slave. It's okay to tell your family to be slaves. You gotta obey the rules. And that brings us to red flag laws. Now, maybe some people out there going, oh my God, how many videos have you freaking done about these dang red flag laws? Could you stop already? The reason we're in the position we are in, guys, is because we have stopped. We've taken our oars out of the water and we are no longer paddling upstream. We've let go. And our boat is going downstream and we're about to go over the waterfall. And I'm not being an alarmist. This is just true. It's to the extent where we're in such a cult of personality that this guy with the patch over his eye, Dan Crenshaw, can say pretty much anything he wants. And it's like, oh yeah, Dan says that red flag laws really aren't going to go against us, that there are good red flag laws and there are bad red flag laws. That's equal to there are good infringements and there are bad infringements. Guys, any infringement is bad. Any lifting of your freedom is one more chain in the link of your slavery. One more chain. Do you want one more chain? Do you want to continue to compromise? Do you want me to rule you? Do you want me and my buddies to come to your house and just take a third of your income? It's not right. People will roll their eyes when taxation is theft. Come on, how would we build the roads, the schools, the bridges, the clean running water? How could we have any of these things if it weren't for government? They were saying that back in the 1800s. Without slaves, how will we ever pick the cotton? How are we going to pick the cotton without slaves? It ain't going to happen. Guess what? We found a way. I think if we can find a way to build, I guess I'm using my phone. If we found a way to build iPhones and portable devices that put the library of the world at our fingertips, I think we can figure out how to build a flat place and hilly places and downslope places. I don't think it's going to be that complex, and you don't need force to do it. See, the problem I have with government is, and I know I'm going to start on like a broken record, but I don't care. I'm going to pitch these fastballs till many people out there get it. And I'm going to say it again. Share this video with everybody you know. Government is broken down to two etymological words, and it literally means mind control. Governo, which means to govern or control, and mentis, which means the mind. To control the mind or mind control. Government is mind control, literally mind control. Oh, you're being a conspiracy theorist. Look, words have meaning. And the politicians are going out there, running the circuit, going state to state, telling you guys what you want to hear, and you're pulling the lever and pushing those buttons and go, I want Elizabeth Warren to rule me. I want Kamala Harris to rule me. They couldn't possibly do us any wrong. They couldn't possibly be lying. So let me add a layer to that. Not only do I want to rule you, not only do my buddies want to rule you, not only do we expect you to feel obligated to obey our commands, or we'll punish you and then you'll think it's all right and justified because you've sinned against my church called the state, which is government. Not only that, but I want to steal your income. I want to extort you. And if you don't give me my money, then I'm going to call you a tax evader. And I'm going to have my IRS agents come after your ass. We need to eliminate the IRS. How come no presidential candidates talking about that? They're talking about how we're going to spend your money to relieve college debt, and we're going to do the Green New Deal. It's only $93 trillion. Oh, yeah, gosh, we just have money growing on trees in America. Just vote for me. Just vote for me. I'll relieve you of your debt. I will protect you with red flag laws and TAPS acts. The Threat Assessment Protection Safety Act. Threat Assessment Protection Safety Act equals Minority Report pre-crime. I don't think you're fit to have a weapon, Johnny. I don't think you're fit to have a weapon, Sally. I think that you need to submit to my psychological evaluations in government, and we can't let you have guns for 365 days. And then even after that, we might decide, no, you can't have any guns. Nope, you can't have them. You can't have a means of protection, Miss College Student, when you go across the college campus at night. Those guys are just going to have to rape you. Don't worry, they're disarmed. We've disarmed everybody because criminals obey our laws. It's insanity. We should literally look at these debates, and they should be everything that they say should be followed by a laugh track. Every one of them. I don't care who you're talking about. I'm not taking sides here. I'm not a Republican or a Democrat. I'm a free man. And I want you to be free men. And I'm only as free as you are, and you're only as free as I am. So we got to have our backs on this. So I am going to talk about red flags. And I am going to talk about the TAPS Act, and I am going to talk about how dangerous it is to give away one more speck of our freedoms, dang it. One more speck of our freedoms. If you don't have freedom, you don't have anything. Why do you think the guy said, give me liberty or give me death? Because he's basically saying, I'd rather die on my feet than live on my freaking knees. I'm not going to lick your freaking hand. You're not my master. Sorry. But see, what makes it so difficult is you got mainstream media and political misfits out there distracting, deceiving, dividing us. I hope it's not freezing up. I'm in kind of a bad location right here. Is it still going? Looks like it's still going. So tonight in about, a little over an hour and a half on American Joe Show channel, he's going to have a live stream. And guys, please, I'll leave the link in the description of this video once this video gets done processing. It's going to be a very important live stream, very important. We're not going to pull any punches, and I anticipate it's going to be action-packed, it's going to be fact-based, and we're basically assembling a group of people who care about freedom and do not want to be ruled by anybody. You don't want to be ruled by me. You don't want to be ruled by Donald Trump. You don't want to be ruled by Elizabeth Warren or Kamala Harris or Cory Booker or any of the nincompoops on stage. You just want to be free. You want to be free to buy whatever you want to. And no, I'm sorry, Elizabeth Warren, you can't tax the ammo. You can't do that. Because basically what you're saying is, no, we're going to tax the ammo, and all the merchants who fail to tax the ammo, well, we're going to use gun violence against you. I thought you were against gun violence, Elizabeth Warren. See, here's the hypocrisy of Bernie Sanders and Elizabeth Warren and all these people who are pro-gun control. They say they're anti-violence, okay? Anti-gun violence, whatever that is. I'm going to just use their term, but it's a misnomer. It's ridiculous. Oh yeah, we're anti-gun violence, but we're pro-gun control. Oh yeah? Well, how are you going to initiate and implement those gun control laws? Oh gosh, we didn't tell you? We're going to do it at the barrel of a gun. So we're going to initiate gun violence against you if you don't submit to our gun control laws. Every law is the opinion of a politician backed by the threat of force, i.e. the barrel of a gun. So they can say they're against gun violence all they want. They're hypocrites. If you make a red flag law, extreme risk protection order, the TAPS Act, any gun control law, you are literally saying, I am initiating gun violence against you. You want to buy a gun when you're 18 and do it illegally? If we catch it on you, we're going to initiate gun violence on you. You go buy BBs before you're 21 at Walmart, and Walmart employee lets you do that, then we're going to come against both of you with our gun violence because you didn't obey our laws. They are totally for gun violence. I'm just going to use their term. They want gun violence. They just want the power of the gun to be on their side. They don't want it on your side. It's a transfer of power. Any creation of any law is the transfer of power. It takes power from the people and puts it in the hand of the lunatics in government. And they are lunatics because they really believe that they can rightly control you, that they reserve for themselves the moral right to rule you, and they think that you have the moral obligation to obey those psychopathic rulers. The insane asylum. The insane asylum of Washington's District of Criminals. So I'm going to leave that link to American Joe Show. Please, we're going to take some, from what I understand, they're going to take some questions from people who are scrolling up. Support American Joe Show. Douglas Ducati is going to be there, and also Sam Paredes, who's the executive director for Gun Owners of America in California. And I am pushing for you guys joining Gun Owners of America because I have not found any inconsistency in these guys. These guys are hardline, shall not be infringed. Well, how about background checks? Shall not be infringed. How about red flag laws? Shall not be infringed. Well, how about increasing the tax on bullets so that it makes it more expensive for people? Shall not be infringed. What about these scary black AR-15 assault style rifles? Shall not be infringed. Rifles, not rifles. Rifles shall not be infringed. But fully automatic, that's okay to put a law against that, right? Shall not be infringed. Gun Owners of America is shall not be infringed. Their platform is freaking shall not be infringed. And why shall not be infringed? Because you're not a freaking slave. And I'm not a freaking slave. And these political rulers need to just go away. Goodbye. I don't want your law. Sorry, I don't even recognize your authority. Who are you again? Pocahontas who? Kamala screwed my way to the top. Harris who? Corey, I can't tell the truth and I look like a zombie. Booger who?
Bernie Sanders, universal health care for everybody. And, oh, by the way, we're going to raise your taxes. We need to get $15 an hour minimum wage.
Yeah, that's at the barrel of a gun too. Why am I against the minimum wage? Because it's enforced on business owners at the barrel of a gun. If somebody comes into your business, and sits across the desk from you and goes, look, I will work. I don't care. I just need an entry-level job. I need to put food on the table. I'm starving. I'm basically living under a bridge. I will work for you for $7.50 an hour. Is that okay? And the business owner goes, I'm sorry, I can't hire you because Bernie Sanders is saying I need to hire you at $15 an hour, and I can't hire anybody in the entry level at that pay. I'll go broke. That's Bernie Sanders eliminating a job. He doesn't give a damn about you, and he's eliminating a job and using gun violence to do it. Because he's saying if you, business owner, do not pay this person $15 an hour, which you can't do because you can't afford it. You can't squeeze blood out of a turnip, right, Bernie? Oh, you can? Oh, sorry. Well, you're using gun violence to do it. It's complete. Any law that mandates that you do something or else is actually a threat of force against the business owner. So even a law like the minimum wage law is backed by the threat of force. Minimum wage is implemented by enforcers at the barrel of a gun. Every law is, guys. Think about it. Is there a law that's not backed by the barrel of a gun? That's what statism is. That's what authoritarianism is. Hey, it's my way or the highway, buddy. And by highway, I mean, I'm throwing your ass into a cage if you don't obey me. You're not obeying me? Nah, ain't gonna fly. We can't have a whole bunch of people out here not paying their taxes. We can't have a whole bunch of people out here disobeying the minimum wage law. We can't have a bunch of people out here not consenting to the Green New Deal. We can't have a whole bunch of people opting out of the ADA, the Affordable Care Act, ACA. It's insanity. The Affordable Care Act is implemented by the barrel of the gun. If you don't pay that fine for not using it, then IRS agents will eventually visit your house, or they'll steal money out of your bank account to make you pay. They'll garnish your wages or whatever. It's all violence. It's all force. It's all theft. It's all extortion. And they're going to call me, oh, that Brian, he's just an anti-government crazy. He's just crazy. What you're saying is, oh yeah, that Brian doesn't want to initiate unjust force and violence on peaceful people. That makes me crazy? Oh God, I'm just cuckoo for Cocoa. Cuckoo. Oh, I'm just crazy. Yeah, I'm crazy because I don't want to initiate unjust force and violence on you. I don't want to initiate unjust force and violence on your family. I don't want to force you as a business owner to pay $15 an hour to somebody you can't afford to pay $15 an hour to. I'm the bad guy because I don't want you to fund my Green New Deal. I'm the bad guy. Oh, okay. All right, I get it. I'm the bad guy because I don't want to sit on a throne at 1600 Pennsylvania Avenue, write in my little script saying this is an executive order and you got to follow it. And if you don't follow it, I'm throwing your ass into the can. Yeah, I'm the bad guy. I'm the bad guy because I'm not. I'm gonna say, hey, you can grow whatever you want to in your front. Have 50 marijuana plants in your front yard. I don't care. Are you a free man? Don't look to me. You're the captain of your own ship. You're steering your own vessel. I'm not the ruler here. Yeah, I'm the crazy guy because I don't want to be your ruler. Insane. So please visit American Joe Show. They're going to have an awesome, I cannot wait to talk to this Gun Owners of America guy. I've never talked to him before. And look at, if you haven't subscribed to Gun Owners of America's channel or Douglas Ducati's channel or American Joe Show's channel, go ahead and subscribe to them and make sure you visit the link in the description below. Again, it starts in about an hour and a half from now. That's 7 o'clock Central Standard Time. I love and appreciate every one of you guys. I saw some of the super chats. I promise in my next live stream, I will deal with these super chats, and I really, really appreciate you guys supporting my channel. Listen, we've got to work together. We got to have our six here. We got to get each other's backs. We've got to somehow reach out to our community in our local area and tell them, hey, being ruled, no, we're not slaves. No, we're not. We're Americans. We're not slaves. And then we can be that beacon on a hill. Right now, we're not the beacon on the hill. We're pushovers, $22 trillion in debt. And if you count unfunded liabilities, it's like $120 to $150 trillion in debt. Do you know how much $1 trillion is? If you made $1 a second, do you know how many years that is? $1 a second So 1,000,000,000,000 seconds is how many years? It's ungodly. It's like, I can't remember. It's in the 30-something thousands. It's like 36 or 37,000 years. If you made $1 an hour, how long? I'm sorry, $1 a second. There's 86,400 seconds in a day. So you'd be making $86,400 a day. So if you made $1 a second for 1,000,000,000 seconds, it's like 37,000 freaking years. That's how big the number 1 trillion is. But we are $120 to $150 trillion in debt. Forget about that stupid little piddly 22 trillion. That's not even the truth. If you go down on the national debt clock and you look at the bottom line with the unfunded liabilities, it tacks on an extra $115, $120 trillion. We are not a beacon of freedom on a hill. We're debt slaves. And not only we're transgenerational debt slaves, because our children and their grandchildren and their great-great-grandchildren, all the politicians are kicking the can down the road and putting more debt burden on people who aren't even born yet. They're born into this world slaves. So don't think for a second this is the land of the free and home of the brave, because this is the land of the fee and home of the slave, and slaves can't be a beacon on the hill to any other country. And I love all you other guys in England, guys and gals in England and Canada and Mexico and all these, everybody, you're my brothers and sisters. Black, white, Hispanic, Oriental, Asian, it doesn't matter. We're human beings. There's not all these races. There's not racism out there. There's one race. It's the human race. And we all have to have each other's backs. And we cannot accept the initiation of unjust force on peaceful people who haven't done anything wrong, which means we cannot accept. We can no longer tolerate government. No longer tolerate government. The initiation of unjust force, people out there who think they have a higher claim over your life and property than you. Okay, so I'm going to close with this. You're not slaves. I'm not your ruler. I don't want to be your ruler, but I am your fellow human being, and I got your back, and I know you guys got mine, some of you, most of you. So please visit American Joe Show tonight. The link will be in the description after this, description and the pinned comment after this video processes. I appreciate all 457 of you who just at the last minute decided to join me. I really appreciate it. Hopefully I provide value for you, and because that's the goal. That's the goal of this channel, to make us more and more free. And none of us, guys, is greater than all of us. I appreciate every single one of you. Make it a great day, not only for yourselves, but also for everybody in your zone of influence. And I will see you tonight at 7 o'clock Central Standard Time on the American Joe Show. We are going to be talking to the Executive Director in California for the Gun Owners of America and Douglas Takati. I appreciate you guys. Take care.